Whether you've been scrolling for 10 minutes or 10 hours, finding the right Netflix show can be tricky. You'll pass up something perfect for you because you don't recognize the title, watch something you hate because you had a cool thumbnail, then get bored and give up. So we at Mashable put our heads together to find a whole bunch of shows that you're probably scrolling past but will definitely love. Listed here are 10 of the most underrated Netflix TV shows streaming right now. Hence, watch the video completely so that you won't miss out on any of these good shows. Number 10. Santa Clarita Diet. There are zombie shows like All of Us Are Dead or The Walking Dead, and then there is zombie show like Santa Clarita Diet. This comedy starring Drew Barrymore follows a real estate agent who ends up swallowing an ancient item that ends up literally killing her, and then she comes back to life as a zombie. And now she needs to learn to adapt to her new undead life for not only her family but the future. If anyone knows me, they know I'm a fan of zombies, and while I wouldn't normally be drawn towards something like this, I have to say that Santa Clarita Diet is just such a good time and I can't recommend it enough. It's carried by Drew Barrymore's charming performance, and she's always a joy to watch, especially in undead form. Santa Clarita Diet got 7.8 rating on IMDb and 89% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 9. How to Sell Drugs Online Fast. In case you're wondering what the heck this series is about, it involves a 17-year-old German kid named Moritz, played by Maximilian Mund, who decides to start selling drugs online to win back his ex-girlfriend. Being a self-professed nerd genius, Moritz becomes a successful dealer on the dark web, only to bring his own business to a regular old internet with a site called My Drugs with the help of his reluctant best friend Lenny. Although the show is filled with plenty of drama and coming-of-age catharsis, it's actually based on a real-life crime. Yup, a teenager actually managed to become one of Germany's biggest online drug dealers. The show got 7.8 rating on IMDb and 89% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 8. The Good Place. When Eleanor Shellstrop finds herself in the afterlife, she's both relieved and surprised that she's made it into the good place. But it doesn't take long for Eleanor to realize she's there by mistake. She hides in plain sight from the good place's architect, Michael, and his all-knowing assistant, Janet. Kristen Bell nailed the role of Eleanor and her seemingly perfect neighbors. Tahani and Jason and open-hearted soulmate, Chidi, help her realize that it's never too late to change. With the help of her new friends and a few enemies, Eleanor becomes determined to shed her old way of life in hopes of discovering a new one in the afterlife. The Good Place got 8.2 rating on IMDb and 97% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 7. Sense8. It's an unfortunate first impression that the name of this show could also be a vanity license plate. Netflix's first big sci-fi series, from Matrix creating legends, the Wachowskis, boasted a novel idea. 8 strangers from cities around the globe begin having experiences that defy explanation. Well, let us try our hand at an explanation. They are linked mentally and being haunted by a mysterious group that's trying to destroy them or the world. It was always an ambitious show, but tedious in pace and execution, leading Netflix to temporarily cancel the big-budget series after 2 seasons, though it ultimately returned with an audacious 2.5-hour finale to wrap everything up. Sense8 got 8.2 rating on IMDb and 86% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 6. The End of the Effing World. Teenage romance, crime thriller, comedy and lots of drama, this series portrays oddly different protagonists in the most fascinating way. Though it did gather some attention when it was released on Netflix, it fizzled out soon. Alyssa and James are 2 17-year-old high school. Alyssa is a rebellious adolescent and James believes he's a psychopath and sees himself as a budding serial killer. While James targets Alyssa as his first victim, he soon finds himself embarking on a road trip with her to escape home in search of her biological father. This coming-of-age series sees the 2 young adults come together for a journey like no other. It has 2 seasons and stars Naomi Ackie, Steve Oram, and Christine Bottomley as well. The show got 8.1 rating on IMDb and 94% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 5. Anne with an E. With 3 seasons to watch, Anne with an E was a fan favorite and something many people were upset about when the show was originally cancelled. This series follows the titular character, Anne in the 1800s, an orphan who has a bright mind and will do anything in her power in order to feel accepted after losing her family. Anne with an E went under the radar for some time, but over the last couple of years, I've seen more and more people request that Netflix undo their cancellation of this show and bring it back because it was loved so much. Anne is a great character and one that every girl should look up to and truly will make you smile with her creative thinking. Anne with an E got 8.7 rating on IMDb and 91% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 4. Schitt's Creek. It's a Canadian television sitcom created by Dan and Eugene Levy. The series follows the trials and tribulations of the formerly wealthy Rose family when they are forced to relocate to Schitt's Creek, a small town they once purchased as a joke. Now, living in a motel, Johnny Rose and Moira Rose, along with their adult children, David and Alexis, must adjust to live without money and with each other. The series was conceived when Dan Levy wondered how the wealthy families frequently depicted on American reality television would react if they were stripped of all their money. At the 72nd Primetime Emmy Awards, the series' final season swept all 7 major comedy awards: Outstanding Comedy Series, Outstanding Writing and Outstanding Directing for Dan Levy, and setting a record for winning all 4 major acting categories for O'Hara, Murphy and both Levys. At the same time, this series set a new record for the most Emmys won by a comedy series in a single season. The show got 8.5 rating on IMDb and 93% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 3. Wentworth. A gritty, critically acclaimed, often confrontational drama, Wentworth is the modern-day prequel to Prisoner Cell Block H. Revisiting legendary characters and their stories, Wentworth takes viewers inside the uncompromising environment of a women's prison to explore the politics of women in a world without men and how such a threatening experience challenges and changes those confined and working behind the razor wire. At the center of it all is Bea Smith, a suburban wife and a mother who rises to become one of the most notorious inmates in Wentworth Prison. Wentworth is far better than the other show with the same concept, Orange is the New Black, in terms of acting, direction and screenplay. Wentworth got 8.6 rating on IMDb and 96% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 2. Derry Girls. Derry Girls is a British teen sitcom created and written by Lisa McGee. Set against the tumultuous Northern Ireland conflict of the late 90s, this coming-of-age tale is surprisingly hysterical. Centered on 4 Catholic schoolgirls and 1 English bloke named James, Derry Girls is a sitcom in the truest sense of the genre, finding humor in a reality rife with conflict and fear. What's more, the series paints a moving portrait of friendship untethered by time or place, making it a standout representation of camaraderie and growth. It has an outstanding cast which includes Saoirse Monica Jackson, Louisa Harland, Siobhan McSweeney and Ian McElhinney. Jessica Reynolds guest starred in 1 episode of Season 3. Derry Girls got 8.5 rating on IMDb and 99% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 1. The Last Kingdom. The Last Kingdom is a British historical fiction show set in 9th century England when England was made up of independent kingdoms and was being ravaged by the Vikings. One man, Uhtred, played by Alexander Draymond, who was born a Saxon but raised by Vikings, grapples with where his loyalties lie. When he unexpectedly gets caught up in the conflict, his half-Saxon, half-Dane mix makes at the same time valuable and untrustworthy for both sides. This show has flown completely under the radar for most people, but it's absolutely worth a watch for anyone who likes historical fiction, Vikings, or perhaps even Game of Thrones. The Last Kingdom got 8.5 ratings on IMDb and 91% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Hope you guys like this list, and which show do you think is the most underrated? Do let me know in the comments. Till then, I'll see you all in the next video.